in previous lecture we discussed about Alexander the Great. The way Alexander the Great was defeated from Indian kings, and ultimately now we are discussing what happened to this world after Alexander the Great. Just check out, I am drawing map here. It is required for our purpose. So now I am not drawing map from Europe. I am first focusing on Indian part. So we can start always here from Gujarat, then it is part of Rajasthan, then Punjab, Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir, then this is Myanmar part, Sri Lanka, Lakshadweep Islands, Pakistan part, this is Baluchistan, Afghanistan, this is parts of Africa. Here we are getting Asia Minor, now I am showing here again boundaries, that is our natural boundaries, that is the Himalaya mountain. Now in case of India, we are getting here a mountain range that is called as Girnar mountain. Here in Rajasthan we are getting mountain range, it should be named as Adavali mountain, but in case of English, many times from Indian language, if D is there, sound of D, then it is written as sound of R, so they are pronouncing as Aravali. So this is Aravali mountain or Adavali mountain. This part we are calling as Western Ghat. Western Ghat is divided into three parts. Here we are having in Maharashtra and Goa range, we are calling that as Sahyadri. In case of Karnataka range, we are calling that as Nilgiri, and for Kerala we are calling that as Malaigiri. Now here it is Eastern Ghat, which is divided into parts, and ultimately there is fusion between Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat. We are calling this range as Annamalai. Now here Satpura mountain range, then Vindhya mountain range, Rajmahal hills. So this is basically we are discussing some important mountain ranges in India. Now here if you observe, the after death of we have to show river Indus as we discussed earlier. So this is river Indus. Alexander the Great returned from this river Indus and ultimately died at Babylon. Now after death of Alexander, there was conflict in his vast empire. Say his empire was there in Egypt, his empire was there in Arabia, his empire was there in Persia, Asia Minor, then this is the Greece part here, then Afghanistan until river Indus. This empire of Alexander the Great was called as Hellenic world. There was struggle for supremacy, as at death of Alexander there was no legal and we can say mature heir for Alexander, and so the eastern part of empire was fallen in hands of Seleucus Nicator. He is one of the important friend and ablest noble. So that was Seleucus Nicator. So eastern part of his empire was fall in hands of Seleucus Nicator. Now here the Seleucus Nicator was there at this portion. Now I am leaving over Alexander's empire and we are focusing on India again. As I am showing here different capitals or different parts. Here there was capital. This is Pataliputra or Patna. There Magad emperor was ruling from here. We are aware now his name was Dhanananda. Actually people entitled him as Dhanananda. His name was Mahapadmananda. Now just similarity, what I am saying, Nanda dynasty. Why I don't know, but these kings are ending with Ananda word. Mahapadmananda, like that, Dhanananda. So that word is not Nanda, that is Ananda. But many times we are calling that as Nanda dynasty. Same way, if you check out in Austria during First World War, just check out the name of emperor, Archduke Ferdinand. Prince we are calling, Austrian prince, Archduke Ferdinand. We are saying Ferdinand, but try to write down spelling of Ferdinand. You will get ending 4 letters as NAND. That is Nanda again. So I don't know whether there was connection between these type of dynasties, rulers, but we got terrific similarities sometimes. Let us check out now here. The Nanda dynasty was ruling over here from Pataliputra, and their boundaries were extended till Yaudheya clan, that is till river Bias. Now Chandragupta was educated. Arya Chanakya and Chandragupta observed the invasion of Alexander the Great. They were highly inspired by the concept of Akhanda Bharat, that is undivided India. Why Alexander or why Persians were able to attack on India? The reason was that India was not united. And in order to get united, there must be some strong empire that can unite India, and for that purpose they decided to take over or get power in hands of Magad empire. Now I am just speaking in 4 to 5 lines actually, but actually there was vast efforts carried out by Chanakya and Chandragupta. Here the Chanakya is the important person. He says whatever he is following, that is called as Kutaniti, that is well carried out diplomacy. And then he turned out many nobles from Dhanananda towards his side, and ultimately after terrible war and series of wars, many times they lost also. Both of Chandragupta and Chanakya were there in forest without any food. They spent many days also in forest. So like that, after terrific hardship, they were managed a victory over Magad empire. See the difference here. Alexander was not able to manage victory over Magad empire, but Chandragupta and Chanakya managed to get victory over Magad empire. And this way they got power in hands of now Chandragupta. Now here Chandragupta got power from Dhanananda. So this was end of Nanda dynasty. Dhanananda was executed, and now this is beginning of new dynasty over Magad, that is named as Maurya dynasty on behalf of Chandragupta Maurya. They formed a vast empire first over here. He consolidated that empire and then turned over to this portion. Now till that there was some anarchic condition over here. Because Alexander was died, there was war of supremacy going on this Hellenic world, and Chandragupta and Chanakya taken advantage of this. They asked these nobles or whatever the feudals we are calling them as governors or kshatraps of Alexander to rebel against that. And this way Emperor Porus and all other feudal rebelled. Then Chanakya forced them to unite. See the example, Malava and Shudrak both united, therefore they were able to defeat Alexander. The same way, all people here in this territory united, and therefore they were able to now manage their empire. So under the leadership of Chandragupta, they consolidated empire in river Indus valley. Then onwards, they even executed whatever the Greek army kept over there. 2 Greek governors were kept at this level, 2 or 3 is the number of 2 or 3 Greek governors were there. So these governors were executed, and ultimately they got power of this territory also. Till that, Seleucus Nicator got power in hands. He was considered as eastern part of his empire, Alexander's empire, in his hand. And then from Hindu Kush region, he challenged out newly formed empire of ChandraGupt Maurya. A terrible letter was sent by Seleucus Nicator to Chandragupta to leave this territory vacant for Seleucus Nicator, as they were overlord of the world, and this territory, whatever in river Indus valley, the territory belonged to Alexander the Great, and hereditary it should flow in hands of now Seleucus Nicator. So they asked Chandragupta to vacate this territory, whereas Chandragupta counter-attacked, that he was saying in this way that whatever you are there in Hindu Kush mountain, that Hindu Kush, actually in those days name was not Hindu Kush, in those days it was named as Pariyatra mountain. So Pariyatra mountain belonged to Indians only, no more Greeks should be there in Pariyatra. They challenged out, and it is believed, when their term is there, records are not there. So it is believed that there was terrible war between Seleucus Nicator and Chandragupta, where Seleucus was defeated badly. See, history repeats. No, history can change out. Just because of this concept of Akhanda Bharat, that is undivided India, they were able to manage their victory over this foreign invader. And ultimately, Seleucus Nicator signed a treaty. What was that treaty? He handed over all Hindu Kush mountain, that is Pariyatra mountain part, in the hands of Chandragupta Maurya. Plus, the marriage was there. Now this is matrimonial alliance formed between the superior Greek, what they call, we are not calling them as superior, but they call themselves as superior Greek clan, to Indian Emperor Chandragupta Maurya. So Seleucus Nicator was having daughter, she is named as Helena. The marriage of Helena and Chandragupta Maurya was carried out. Now again keep in mind, the name is given as Helena. In old days, the emperor, whosoever, whether he is Muslim, Hindu, Christian, whatever, they were not ready to give their name of wife or name of daughter. Usually they were named after the territory while in writing. Say for example, in case of Mahabharat, in Mahabharat we are saying a name, the princess Gandhari, she was there from Gandhara territory, wife of Dhritarashtra. Now Gandhar is what? This territory of Hindu Kush, Takshashila mountain range. Today we are calling that territory in northwest frontier region of Pakistan. So that was Gandhar, and from Gandhar she was named as Gandhari. One of wife of Pandu, that was Madri. She was from Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh means from Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir part. So she was termed as Madri. So like that, they were not giving names. Same way, this is called as Hellenic world. So princess is named as Helena. So the marriage was there between Seleucus Nicator's daughter Helena and Chandragupta Maurya. And in this ceremony, Chandragupta offered 500 elephants as a gift to his father-in-law, that is Seleucus Nicator. Greek historians are mentioning this way, that after this initial quarrel, Seleucus Nicator signed a treaty in this way, that he asked elephants to Chandragupta Maurya. And in return of these 500 elephants, he allotted him territory of Afghanistan, that is in the range of Pariyatra mountain. Whatever the Gandhar is there, that is offered to Chandragupta Maurya. Today also I am ready to purchase out entire Afghanistan for 500 elephants. I am not saying Chandragupta Maurya. Why? What is the cost of elephant? Multiply by 500. That is, in that I am getting this entire territory. Very nice. So this way, what is Greek historians are mentioning, that is not perfect one over here. This is not the case. Otherwise, you have to accept that Greek people were not having any commercial knowledge, trade knowledge. Just for 500 elephants, they are selling out entire Afghanistan. And what is the most important thing? What about Indus Valley? The war was there between Chandragupta and Seleucus, that is for Indus Valley. So along with Gandhar, they also handed over Indus Valley to the hands of Chandragupta Maurya just for 500 elephants. Then obviously we have to call these Greeks as most stupid people in the world, if this history is correct. Anyway, so whatever the thing, the reality is that Chandragupta must have defeated Seleucus Nicator. Then Seleucus realized the power of Indians, particularly Chandragupta Maurya's empire, and he was having continuous enmity with other Greeks. They were also trying to get empire of Seleucus. So he signed treaty with Chandragupta, as there must be, number one, border from backside, that means from eastern part of border must be secured, number one. Number two, on the requirement, because of matrimonial alliances with Chandragupta, he can use Chandragupta's army to threaten these people. So this was the basic idea. We have to look from that angle, not only from whatever the Greek historians are writing out. You will get all these concepts in the nice book as I am explaining here, that is from Six Glorious Epoch, given by freedom fighter V.D. Savarkar. This book is available for free download on www.savarkarsmarak.com website. Anyway, so this way Chandragupta was able to manage defeat of the Greeks. Greeks carried out this second attack. Say, we have to count out. First attack, Alexander the Great, where he was having success in introducing in India. But he was not successful by gaining power of all India. Whereas this was achieved till 70% by Chandragupta Maurya, because Chandragupta Maurya was now emperor of entire this northern part of India. Seleucus Nicator attempted to conquer India, but not having success. He was defeated and he lost out remaining parts of India in hands of Chandragupta Maurya. This is second attack of Greek. Now here we got some important thing here we have to discuss. In recorded history or recorded portion of Indian history, Chandragupta Maurya is the first emperor in India who was considered as Chakravarti. That is, he was having rule from Bengal till northwest frontier region, even beyond that in parts of Afghanistan till Pariyatra mountain. Gujarat was part of his empire, but Maharashtra was not part of his empire. Here Maharashtra and here Orissa or Odisha, this is not part of their empire. So in northern India, the Chandragupta's empire was set out. Almost northern India was under control of Chandragupta Maurya. Maharashtra in those days was not recognized as Maharashtra. That was called as either Dandakaranya. Even Chanakya mentions this territory as Ashmaka in his famous book Arthashastra. So the first record here we are getting of Maharashtra authentic in history, that is in Arthashastra, as Ashmaka. Ashma stands for stone, rock, So maybe possible rocky area like that it is mentioned here. Now Chandragupta managed his empire. Chanakya or Vishnugupta become his prime minister. But Chanakya was not living in palace. He was living in a small hut which was outside Patliputra. He used to work from palace, but at night he used to go outside the city to stay over there in a small hut. A famous book is given by Chanakya that is named as Arthashastra. Literally, we are translating out Arthashastra as economics, but practically it is not only economics. It is concerned with the relationship between emperor and his subjects. So like that, various concepts are discussed over here. In 20th century, this book was recovered. Before that, this was not there present because maybe possible due to foreign invader or something else reason, but that was not available. In 20th century, we got the copy of Arthashastra. Chanakya mentions various things in this book, that is relationship between emperor, how to levy tax, where we have to give grants. Say for example, in those days, this northwest area or this Indus Valley area that was severely affected by attack of Greeks, and many people have left out their villages and they stayed in somewhere jungles. Many of them were executed brutally by Greek people, and therefore Chanakya given priority for construction of new cities or development of old villages again. Even newer sites of villages were developed during Chanakya. For that purpose, he granted a complete tax-free environment for 3 years. So initially, if you are going to some new village or old village, but you want to develop it again, then at that time for 3 years they were charging no tax over there. Then onwards they started out taxation. Now in those days, whenever he wrote that whenever king or emperor is having shortage of wealth, at that time he can check out the wealth from overseas traders. Why? Maybe possible in those days they were considering that overseas trade is not good and they were trying to get wealth from overseas trader. But what is the converse of this statement? That in those days also overseas trade of Indians were going on. Simply in Mohenjo-daro, when we are discussing out that part, we will get that in case of Mohenjo-daro also we got evidences that overseas trade was going on. Now here also we have to consider same thing, that we got evidence here that overseas trade was going on continuously. Alcoholic drinks, liquor consumption. What Chanakya says? Chanakya says yes, liquor consumption is required. He said that at center of village there must be a temple of Madira Devi, that is liquor, and the owner of bar is responsible for distribution of this all type of liquor. But he should allot only that quantity of liquor that person can consume and go safely to his home. If somebody fall in the road, then obvious thing is that this bar owner must be responsible for that. So like that, certain rules and regulation he set out. Chanakya says it is highly recommended that we have to run this type of shops. Why? To generate revenue, number one. Those people, those who are arrogant, or those who are having potential to destroy emperor or empire, carry out some rebellion, if these people are getting liquor, then their activity will ceased out. Number three, usually what we are calling ill-tempered people from other states, they are coming to their state, then at that time they are going to liquor shop, and that is easy or soft target for spy system of Chanakya. to get that in. Like that, various concepts were given by Chanakya. What is best advice? You read yourself the book. I am not able to discuss each and every topic whatever given in Arthashastra, but fewer topics we are going to discuss that we discuss here. Even in case of empire, how to manage vast empire. Chanakya says this vast empire must be divided into provinces. Each province must be guided by two people. Number one, governor of people, and number two, prince. Emperor should handed over power of that area to prince. Prince can practically rule over that, whereas governor is there to guide him. Governor should perform two duties. Number one, guide the prince. Number two, he should guide emperor about the nature of prince, the abilities of prince. And then among these all prince, that governor and prince, among these all prince, a new emperor should be selected by initial empire. So this way he was arranging some idea about future of India also. Now everything was set very nice in Indian part, whereas from outside world, this Hellenic world was in trouble. They were having continuous warfare between each other. Here we got a nice empire over here, and then Chandragupta decided to take what we can say early retirement. He was quite satisfied. He was well satisfied, and ultimately he decided to leave the empire. He managed his empire nicely. He handed over his power in hands of his son named as Bindusar. So he handed over power in his son's hand, that is Bindusar. Then he was also fed up of violence, because in order to construct this vast empire, massive violence was carried out. And then he accepted a religion of peace, that is Jainism. Then he left out his empire and managed to move towards south, where his empire was not there. He entered in Karnataka, where a place is there that is called as Shravana Belagol. And according to Jain tradition, he carried out a starvation till death. That is what Swatantravir Savarkar says, Atmarapana, that we have to accept death. Not death will come to you, you will go towards death. So this way he carried out self-starvation, and he died at Shravana Belagol as a Jain monk around the age of 48. But the empire was handed in hands of Bindusar, where he was guided by Chanakya. So prime minister was again same Chanakya, but ruler changed out. Instead of now Chandragupta, the ruler was Bindusar, his son. Now here I have to discuss about abilities, plus and minus, some plus and some minus of Chandragupta Maurya. Abilities, Chandragupta was really great emperor. He was the first emperor in our Indian recorded history. I don't know, because we are not considering Mahabharata and Ramayana as history, and therefore in recorded history, Chandragupta Maurya is first empire. His empire was there from Gandhara to Bengal. Now he managed victory over Greeks, and India this way was saved from foreign attack, from foreign invaders. This is the fantastic work carried out by Chandragupta Maurya. Only defeating enemy is not important. After that, managing a vast empire, that was really important, and that he carried out successfully. About drawbacks. number one drawback. Greeks invaded India, tried to invade India, not got success, but they invaded northwest part of India. Whereas Chandragupta was managed to get victory over these Greeks. Seleucus was stopped and not allowed to enter in India again. But what our role, the aggressive role should be there. That Greek invaded India, so we have to attack on Greek. We have to destroy all this Hellenic world. Whatever the powers of Greeks should be there in this territory, we should destroy that and we should manage victory over Greeks. If these people are coming from Greece and trying to rule over India, if they are dreaming to rule over India, why not? Indians have dreamed to rule over Greece. So this was biggest drawback of Chandragupta Maurya. He considered that this all empire now is free from foreign attack. Now enemy is not able to attack on India. We are safe, and he considered his early retirement. Quite early. 48 is not age of retirement. No doubt he carried out lots of work. But still, in those days, in the world, I am not talking of only India, in the world, India was a superpower. Just check out area under their empire from Afghanistan to Assam, and here entire North India, that entire this portion was consolidated in hands of only one person, and that's why that empire was really a massive, mighty empire. And in spite of we are having this power, we are not able to carry out attack on Western world. Whereas Seleucus Nicator just carried out a treaty and seized Indian from carried out further attack on Hellenic world. So this is the important thing that Chandragupta Maurya should do, but he was not able to do that. So that is the biggest drawback. Why I am saying this, we'll see later on. So in this portion, we are ending out the first great emperor of India, that is Chandragupta Maurya.